I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review of the RedRock 4x4 Stubby front bumper with grill guard and winch mount, fitting all 2007 and up JKs. Today we're going to talk through the construction and some of the features of this bumper, as well as discuss how to get it installed on your Jeep. There are a few different reasons to want to upgrade your factory plastic front bumper on your Jeep to a solid steel bumper like this one, and specifically to a stubby bumper. Now, on a JK, if you're running a 37-inch tire or even a large 35, sometimes you can have clearance issues with the front tire hitting the bumper when you're turning lock to lock. So having a shorter stubby bumper will fix that problem. On top of that, a lot of you guys like the stubby bumper look. It definitely makes your Jeep look more like an off-road aggressive Jeep, especially if you have a narrower front fender flare. A stubby bumper really goes well with that. When you combine that with the fact that a steel bumper like this one has a lot more features and can offer more protection to the front end of your Jeep, that makes this a really attractive option. This stubby front bumper from RedRock 4x4 is a steel bumper that's covered in a textured black powder coat finish that's going to help it resist rust and corrosion, as well as help it to match a lot of the factory plastic black accents on your Jeep and a lot of other aftermarket Jeep accessories that are usually the same textured black finish. This bumper does have a couple of features that I really like. One of those is the built-in winch plate. This bumper will allow you to bolt a winch to it and use it without the need to purchase any additional hardware or an additional winch plate, which just makes mounting a winch onto this bumper that much easier because there's one less step. This bumper, of course, also has a couple of D-ring mounts, and it comes with the D-rings right in the box. Those are a really nice feature, especially for a winch bumper, because it allows you to use a snatch block to a tree back to the bumper, allowing you to double your winch pulling capacity. On top of that, this bumper, because it does have the grill guard, has this hoop up on top that has two light mount tabs on it, and the hoop is also pre-drilled for your wiring. So once you mount your lights up on top, you can run the wiring through the hoop down into the bumper, making your wiring really clean. On top of that, the bumper has a couple of holes drilled in the skid plate along the bottom just to add a little bit of additional style. They're not necessarily functional, and they'll also decrease weight a little bit. For a stubby bumper, this thing is beefy. This is really heavy-duty bumper, which means if you do come in contact with any obstacles off-road, it's going to hold up really well. But it also means you may get a little bit of front-end sag. That's usually not a concern with a shorter stubby bumper, but this thing is really, really beefy. Now, one thing that makes this bumper a little bit unique from some of the other stubby bumpers or just bumpers with grill guards on them in general is the fact that this grill guard, or this bumper hoop, whatever you want to call it, bolts onto the bumper. It's a separate piece, it's not welded. That means that you can purchase this bumper without the grill guard, but if you get it with the grill guard, you'll have all the hardware that you need to bolt this on, giving you a little bit of extra protection for your grill and for your winch, but also giving you a spot to mount those lights. So to get this bumper installed on your Jeep is going to be a very simple process. The first step is going to be removing your factory front bumper, which is done by removing the 8 nuts that are holding it onto the frame horns and then just giving it a pull. Before that, you will want to remove the couple of plastic clips holding the splash guard in place, and of course unclip your factory fog light wiring harness. Now, that is one thing to note about this bumper. This does not have provisions for your factory fog lights, so that wiring isn't going to be used unless you repurpose it for auxiliary lights up on the hoop here. Once you have that factory bumper removed, it's a simple matter of setting your new bumper over the frame horns and use the included hardware to attach it. If you are going to be mounting a winch onto this bumper, I always recommend mounting the winch onto the bumper and then the bumper winch as a package onto the Jeep. Once you have this bumper mounted onto the Jeep, it can be very difficult to get to your winch mounting bolts, which is why I recommend attaching it to the bumper first. Now, this bumper does have the grill guard that we talked about, and that bolts on from the top with captured nuts, so you can always bolt that on after the bumper is attached to the Jeep or do it before, really doesn't matter. Either way, this whole installation process shouldn't take you more than an hour, and I would give it a simple 1 out of 3 wrenches. All you're going to need as far as tools to get this installed is a socket set and some Allen keys. RedRock 4x4 is known for making a high-quality product that won't break the bank, and I think that this is another great example of that. This bumper has a lot of the features that I would look for in a stubby front bumper. It's a stylish bumper, so it's going to look good. It's also going to be functional. All in all, I would say this bumper is definitely worth the price you have to pay. So if you're looking to install a stubby front bumper on your JK because you need the additional clearance for large tires, or you just like the stubby look, this bumper is going to provide a lot of features, a lot of style, and a lot of protection, all for not a lot of money. So that's my review of the RedRock 4x4 stubby front bumper with grill guard and winch mount, fitting all 2007 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.